New Year's soup. It explodes with flavor. Right after this. Hey everybody, how you doing? How's it going? Don, the Empty Chef here for Don's Empty Kitchen, and I'm going to show you how to make a pot of soup for under $7. I made this on New Year's Day, so that's why I'm calling it New Year's Soup. But I gotta let you guys know that you may see me have a drink of water or something because I've got a bit of a cold today, and I've had it for a couple of days. I haven't been able to shake it, and so if my voice goes hoarse or if I seem to have been lost in another world, that's it. So anyway, I ran out of, excuse me. Scratchy. I ran out of butter. So, like, it's January. Remember, we had this talk. So I'm out of butter. So I scraped out the last of the I can't believe it's not butter that's been in the fridge. I took a little bit of margarine, which we'll see in a second. And, well, I took about a spoonful of margarine. And then I take the I can't believe it's not butter, and I throw it in the microwave for 2 seconds. Oh no, I used the microwave. But anyway, I throw it in the microwave for 2 seconds, or 30 seconds, just to get every drip and drop. See, there you go. See, you get everything with your microwave. Look at that. That's a nice clean dish, okay? You can let your cat eat out of that. There you go. So there you go. So that's, I'm starting my roux here. That's what I'm doing. And we're doing this video in director's cut style. The reason being is because my camera died like 5 times doing this. I forgot to charge it the night before, and it kept dying. So I'm surprised I got as much of this this soup as I did. That flour that I'm scraping out there, that's from the porcupines the night before. Like I've always said, nothing gets wasted in this kitchen. But yeah, so I've got to talk for 18 minutes. This is gonna be fun. While we're making this, I'm stirring up the roux here, and we're getting a nice brown color. And it's a little thicker than it would be with just butter, but it's working. So, you know, so if you want to make this over $7 soup, use real butter. So, yeah, and of course I end up putting a couple of jugs of water in, a little bit at a time, because I don't want to ruin the thickness, the consistency, and I don't want the flavors to get all thinned out. So I just put in a little bit at a time. Now this soup may only take 18 minutes to make on YouTube, but this was an all-day soup. This was on low, and well, medium low. That stuff, I don't know the name of it, but it's like OXO cubes, only it's bulk size, so it's cheaper, and it's really good. I mean, you know, like just like OXO cubes, it's mostly salt, but it does have a really good beef flavor, and it does spread well. So that with the roux that's slowly mixing in, it makes a nice base for our soup. bouillon, as it's called. So we're making, this is, well, it's starting to bubble. And we're using packaged ramen noodles. Eventually, I'm going to show you guys how to make homemade ramen noodles, but I want a stand mixer for that before I do that. Because it's intensive. And it takes all day to do, and you know, you gotta make your dough and then put it in the fridge and then pound it again and put it back in the fridge. And, yeah. So the noodles are gonna wait. I want to get the meat in there first. I want to get the flavors going before I add the starch. You know, and that's basically what the noodles are. I'm going to use 2 of these flavor packets, and I wanted to show you the reason why the packets are green and the noodles are green is because it's vegetable. Now, I don't have any vegetables at this time while I'm making this. I still don't have any vegetables, but you know, I like to pretend I do, and add like vegetable flavoring. So that's what I do here. I add 2 of these, and then I'll add the 3rd one later on once the soup has built up some flavors. We're gonna try and layer stuff here. Now layering flavors is the way to build a soup, to make it taste good all the way through. You don't dump everything in all at once. You put, yeah, okay, you'll have it later. Fine, good, thank you. Yeah, you don't build it all up at once. You add things as you go along, and at different times and stuff, and that will build your flavors in your soup, and it will build layers. Yes, that's a frozen pound of hamburger. I completely forgot to take anything out the night before, but that's okay. I ran it under some cold water so that it doesn't shock it when it goes in the soup, and we're just going to let that de-thaw there. Now, while I was in the freezer, I'm probably getting that right now. While I was in the freezer, yes, these are bouillon bags, okay? They're for the bouquet, okay? So that's some chicken bones. So chicken bones from fried chicken. Good fried chicken. Really good fried chicken. So I'm going to put the chicken bones in the bags, and they're just a cheesecloth bag with a drawstring. They won't flavor. The bags alone won't do anything to your soup, and it's a brand new package, so they haven't been washed or anything yet. And I should have ran it under the water first, but I didn't. So, like I said, the soup's just for me. So you get yourself a cheesecloth bag or cheesecloth, and just make your own bag, tie a string around and ball it up into a ball and tie a string around it. But put your bones and make sure they fit, because here I have to actually, I try and fit one and it doesn't fit, and I have to cut it. And put your bones in the bag, and then when you're finished, when you have all your bones in your bag, you tie it up and you throw it in your soup. And if this soup is just for you, or like you and the wife, or you and the partner, you know, you can leave the bag in while you serve the soup. You know, because all it's going to do is keep adding flavor. You know. But if you're serving to a household or some friends or guests, you want them to know your secrets. You know, you don't want them to know how you do things. So take the bag out before you serve. Keep your chef secrets secret. And they'll keep coming back. Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry for all the water, people, but I am dehydrated like crazy. I hardly slept last night. that is onion salt, or I'm sorry, garlic salt. I'm putting some in the bag, and I'll put some savory salt in the bag as well, and some pepper, and I'll put some in the soup. Oh, it's garlic powder. Sorry, it's not garlic salt. Um, and I'll put some in the soup as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was saying that I had a terrible night last night. I hardly slept at all, and you know. Yeah, been in that phase where you could barely tell if you were dreaming or if you were awake or what the hell was going on. That's just black pepper. That's not peppercorns. It's just black pepper right from the dollar store. I do put my peppercorns in here too. But I didn't put any peppercorns in the bag because I didn't know how to put the bag so that I could put the peppercorns in it. So and that, if you're watching, it's just a butcher's knot that I'm doing. So, you know, that's just so I can open the bag easier afterwards and get all the bones out and wash the bag and reuse it. But that's called a bouquet. Doing that, for freak's sakes. My memory is totally gone today too, right? Just like, anyway, so we're just gonna let that sit, and on the and just clean up a little bit. And on the video, it's gonna be like 3 seconds, but really, that sat for like 2.5 hours. And I stirred it a few times off camera because my camera, like I said, my camera died a few times. So, like, I'd every time I needed it to take a video, I'd unplug it, and it wasn't completely charged yet. And so there's a few times I didn't, like, I added another, as you can tell, I added another thing of water in here, and it boiled down, and my camera got splashed there. And I had to clean that up. And but I'll add some more water to it too, because but see how thick it's getting now and how golden it is. And the two things that are not on here is the initial breakup of the hamburger, because the camera was, like I said, charging. And two, I skimmed the soup, the top of the soup, with to get rid of the grease from the hamburger. So that's just a can of jambon ham. And we've stuck it in the air. We diced it up and stuck it in the air fryer for 10 minutes, and just to get a nice glaze on it. And just to let you know, that's not a whole ham. I had a ham sandwich too, so you get a lot more meat out of a ham than that. That's like half a ham, okay? So yeah. So we're gonna just let this go. Are we gonna add something else? Or no? Okay. Okay. So we're starting again. Oh yes, we're grinding up. I'm cutting up the hamburger. I took the hamburger out, remember? I'm cutting up the hamburger so that it's smaller pieces. And then I'm going to throw it back in the soup. And I think I throw some water in there afterwards too. But this definitely was an all-day soup. I mean, I started it, I think, at 11, and it wasn't ready to eat till like 6:30. And considering that's a noodle soup, that's a really long time for noodle soup. But, you know, low and slow, that's the way to do it. That's the way to get flavors out of everything, is low and slow. I mean, look at the color of the meat that I'm cutting up. It's It's a good hamburger, right? But it's got that pinkish tinge to it. And the reason why it has a pinkish tinge to it is because it was cooked so slow. It's not grayed out like it would be if it was cooked quickly in water. Yeah. Get it all, get it all, get everything. I ended up using that bowl as my soup bowl, so I did get everything. Yeah. Piece of hamburger sitting on the edge of the watch this, it will disappear when my hand goes by. I don't know if I picked it up with my hand or yeah, okay, I knocked it off. I see, okay. Yeah. Yeah. But look at the golden color, the consistency of that soup. I mean, it's nice. It needs a little more water there. I guess I'm just going to let it boil for a while more, and then I'll add some more water. Yeah, here we go. So what are we adding now? This must be the onions and garlic, because I chopped up the onions and garlic off camera and put them in a bowl. So I had half an onion. Oh! Okay, this is the end. Okay, you didn't see. Okay, well, there's half an onion and 3 cloves of garlic chopped up and put in here, because I have no vegetables whatsoever except for, like, I got 1 onion left, I think, and that's got to last me the whole month. So this was a half onion that was in the fridge, and my last big clove of garlic, I took 3 small cloves off of it and put the rest back in the fridge. But this was the half onion that I had, the whole half onion. And we got ham in there, we have hamburger in there, and we got the flavor from the chicken bones in the bouquet. So this is a very, very flavorful soup. And I added the noodles, and I added more water when I added the noodles as well. And then I let it sit for a while, and then finally I added some. Finally added the final vegetable package and salt and pepper from the pepper mill, and yeah, I think that's about it. And the thing is, I'm going to let Don talk here in a minute, because he's going to show you a trick from my grandmother that, you know, because, you know, like every good chef says, I waste nothing. Well, guess what? I truly waste. I'm going to show you guys something here. There you go. And this is something I learned. This one should be in black and white, because this is one of my grandmother's tricks. Okay? I'm going to do most of my stuff from my grandmother. I'm going to do it in black and white. But this is all my waste from today. The garlic peels, onion peels, the end of an onion. Okay? All goes in the tin foil. Put it inside the tin foil. Okay? If you had some chopped up spices and stuff and you had some left over, you put that in there. And grind some pepper in here. Okay. And since all I got is garlic seasoning, put a little garlic seasoning in there, like as if it needed it. And seasoning salt. But I'd love to have something green in there, some parsley, some rosemary, some basil, anything, even dill would help. But anyway, you fold it. Okay. Fold it over again. Fold the ends in once. Okay. And then fold it over again. Get all that goodness, push all that goodness into the center and get there. Make sure it's completely closed, because the last thing you want, especially if you got a convection oven, is onion skins flying all over the place. Or an air fryer. And that is your seasoned packing to put in your roast, in your chicken, in your beef, in anything you want to cook in the oven or in your air fryer. Now, if you put it in your air fryer, I suggest you put it under your basket, okay? So you take the basket out, you put this in the bottom of the basket drawer, and then you put your basket topping over top of it, and then put what you want on top of it. And this will leave an aromatic in your food that, especially if you got stuff in here that you haven't got in, like, let's say you put your rosemary in this instead of putting it on your meat, and people will be there like, I swear I taste rosemary. I swear there's rosemary in this meat. And you can honestly say, there's no rosemary in that meat. But anyway, that's one of my grandmother's cheats. She called it an oven tea bag. So, I'll see you guys later.